What's up with it? What's up with it, man? It's the Bronco with the Fro coming at you with another reaction video. We got when Boxer Display 2000 IQ. Now I know I'm finna see some Floyd, I'm finna see some Canelo, and I'm finna see some lomachenko. Them three for sure that I know that's finna be on this list. So let's see what goes on.
Best today about cutting angles and being right in front of you. You can't hit him. Is Lomachenko.
Yeah,
Lomachenko
what I just say,
right
man.
in front of you, and then he's
what I just say.
And then he's over here.
So bone on
punching in the face.
While getting punched in the face for a living isn't exactly a one-way ticket to a PhD.
Facts.
After years of experience in the ring, a fighter usually enhances what's referred to in boxing circles.
God, Reed, that boy dead on his feet.
If you control your mind, you control everything.
There are many different ways a pugilist can display their level of IQ.
That's that dude. I seen that dude. He knocked somebody out. He just looked at the camera like these. Like he already knew what's up. I forgot what fight it was, but this dude was funny.
By surprise, or a pre-planned trick or strategy to gain the upper hand later on.
He had studied the mathematics, the science of the whole thing, and the psychology was going to play a big part of it as well.
In today's video, we'll be taking a look at some of my personal favorite moments of genius over the years. Some more iconic than others, but all compelling in their own way.
Okay, I'm ready, man. I'm ready. Oh yeah, I forgot about Pacquiao. Is Pacquiao gonna be on here?
Here now, BLTV presents When Boxers Display 2000 IQ.
Sound like Mystic Meg, because some of those predictions came true.
Here go Anthony Joshua, man, bro. Look, when
Nassim Hamed is one of the most polarizing figures.
Yeah, that dude be showboating his ass off,
his
boy.
Fans and hated by his opponents. His cocky in-ring antics caused quite the stir during the mid-90s.
Bro, when Anthony Joshua got knocked out by Andy Ruiz, I was like, bro, Deontay Wilder will whoop the mess out of that dude, bro. He'll leave his ass slumped just like he leave everybody else, besides Tyson Fury. Before y'all come in the comments, I was one of them people who said Tyson Fury won against Deontay the first fight and will piece him up the second fight.
Seeing the skill of the prince and the strength and the ability and the accuracy and
the ability, the
His
accuracy.
His demoralizing nature could quite easily fill a video like this on its own. After
hey,
all,
if you got swag in a ring like that, you did.
Yet, the one tactic that stands out above all is ring walks.
Yeah, dancing all the. It looked like a movie.
From recreating the Thriller music video to flying to the ring on a carpet like a ladder.
That's live, bro. That's how I never heard about that.
Most of which lasted a solid 10
This must be real old.
Stood in the ring bemused.
Just wonder what's in his head. Yeah, you'd love to know.
They opponents be scared like her.
Right, and when you combine that with an already mentally tortured opponent that's likely let his body go cold, it's no surprise he holds multiple records for knockouts in under 60 seconds.
Damn, they be sleeping people like that? Oh, is that the record? The quickest knockout?
If he didn't enjoy tormenting his opponent
so
much, he would probably have scored a dozen more in the first round.
Not really, but I knew I was going to win. I knew once I hit him properly, I was going to take him out, and I did so.
Oh, he British or something.
He just enjoyed showing off his dance moves to the world. There was definitely an intimidation aspect to his entrance as well, and for that, he warrants a place in the series.
Bro, how do you get scared of a dude riding a magic carpet to the ring?
We have to label our next pick as more of an honorable mention to the series as a whole. I mean, the boxer in question, Vladimir Klitschko,
oh, Vladimir Klitschko, I heard of that dude.
Because of this tactic. In fact, he got knocked out. But my oh my, it was a crafty move that was so desperately close to paying off.
There's a lot of insecurities because you haven't gained that experience.
Vladimir Klitschko.
There was no end to Klitschko's mind games leading up to the huge showdown with Anthony Joshua.
That boy looked like a Terminator, man.
He chose his words carefully during interviews.
Them Russian dudes be looking scary.
Hearing them, being Anthony Joshua.
When Klitschko kept on saying he was obsessed, he wants to win, he wants to become three-time heavyweight world champion, I knew then I had a tough fight on my hands.
Obsession was the key word. He was convinced he had AJ's number, so much so that he presented a USB stick at their press conference that apparently predicted the outcome of their future bout to a T.
I'm not Nostradamus, but on this USB stick, I recorded a video last week. My prediction and the outcome of the fight.
If that ain't the lamest trash talk.
The fight went on to be an all-time classic in the heavyweight division. AJ had to overcome some crucial stamina issues before both men hit the canvas, which eventually led to the younger man and Anthony Joshua being the victor late on.
The USB stick means nothing now.
It's not as if he'd predict AJ to knock him out after all, and they were right, yet his prognostication was shockingly close.
He said his prediction on Ukrainian TV. He said, I will gas out, I'll try and knock him out, and as I come rushing in, he'll catch me with my right hand and he'll knock me clean out.
That didn't happen.
Sound like Mystic Meg, because some of those predictions came
Man,
true.
shut up, bro. You got knocked out by Andy Ruiz, man.
Prediction was the knockout.
I don't even like to see this dude talk trash no more, man.
Change that to knock down, and as AJ said, that was Mystic Meg-esque right there. Or for the people that didn't read lower-tier British newspapers from the 90s, a prediction Nostradamus would be proud of. The idea was very clever overall, a different take on your
It was
average
clever,
fighting game,
but
which
it
is a
was pretty
welcome
lame,
entrant to
though.
the series. If boxing was taught in a martial arts dojo, the final belt on would be awarded for mastering the art of pure counterpunching.
Oh, Deontay be killing people, bro. They so
Many
believe in
boxers
their
possess the
body.
skill and brute force to score a knockdown by merely moving forward and throwing a cluster of punches. Heck, George Foreman became an all-time great just pulverizing guys without much attention to detail. Yet when you look back on boxing's most destructive KOs, most were set up by some form of a counterpunch.
Hit his ass while he going down. That's disrespectful.
The
That boy
Mexican
foaming
legend
at the
Juan Manuel
mouth.
Marquez is undoubtedly one
Oh,
of
this
the
the
best
dude who
pure
knocked out
counterpunchers
Pacquiao,
in
huh?
history. He wasn't the
Oh,
most
did Pacquiao
elegant
knock
fighter
out
in the
him?
world, more often than not being found scrapping away in the center of the ring. Nevertheless, 25 years of mastering his craft on the inside took him to the very top, leaving behind a highlight reel for case study for
Golly.
generations after his departure.
That man swinging, throwing combos, spamming them hoes. He just throwing them. Marquez.
In terms of experience combined with ability, Marquez was at his peak in 2012 when he faced Manny Pacquiao for the fourth time.
Ah, this fourth time.
I think I won the last 3 fights. 3 fights? Yes.
Their previous encounters were legendary close-fought battles, but Manny always seemed to just outsmart and outwork his man to remain unbeaten. This time
Damn,
around,
he beat
Marquez
Manny, beat him
deployed
3
and stuck
times?
to his most astute
How the hell
method.
did they get to 4 fights then? Look, if I'm Manny, if I beat you 2 times, that's it. That's it, bro. You don't get no more matches.
After both men scored early knockdowns, the fight looked on course to travel the distance and become another classic 12-round war. But in round 6, Pac-Man got a touch overeager and Marquez pounced.
Oh, I seen this. Pac-Man, boop, had that man face down, ass up, bro. Marquez had Pac-Man face down, ass up. That's
The feint,
crazy.
followed by the slight feet adjustment, left Pacquiao in trouble, and Marquez opened his body to unleash a devastating right hand that, on another day, could have separated Manny's jaw from his skull. Beautiful brutality and a worthy placement here today.
That's one of the most brutal knockouts I've
Right
ever
there.
seen,
Back
boy.
out face down. I had that framed on my wall. And me like this, running around the ring. All bloodied up.
Sugar Ray.
I know
Sugar
that
Ray
anyone
Leonard.
who watch this channel are active practitioners of boxing. I boxed for a number of years myself during my teens, and I speak from personal experience when I say there's nothing worse than fighting or sparring a shoe shine.
Golly, human punching bag right there.
For those that
That's
don't
the
know,
definition.
shoeshiner is a term used to describe a fighter that throws constant flurries to their opponent's head and body. The punches are often thrown without much conviction, used more as an offensive deterrent, yet it works well in winning the crowd's favor and scoring points around
Yep,
the
most
judges.
definitely. If somebody don't know what they're looking at.
Okay, but there's a science to it, but it really can actually be applied in a real fight.
Sugar Ray Leonard was the master of shoe shining, dating right the way back to his
Look
amateur
at him
days.
look
There's
like a
footage
little
of him
boy.
using the technique to his advantage, eventually mastering it to the point where he was stopping his challengers on their feet during his prime.
Nah, them don't look like no punches that don't got nothing. He throwing them hoes with force.
The technique itself wasn't enough to feature on the series. There are fighters out there well equipped to deal with such a threat. For instance, a few pity-patty shots were never going to stop Marvelous Marvin Hagler.
Ray wanted to walk down the street and people say, there's Ray Leonard, he's the greatest fighter that ever lived.
Yeah,
and
I
the way
feel
he
you.
could get there was by beating Marvin Hagler.
I want to be the same
most
too, bro.
menacing man within his
Golly, bro,
It
about
was
to turn
against the
that
top
shit
opposition where Leonard's IQ, combined with his shoe shining, became genius.
Round stealing flurries is what he's trying to do.
Against Hagler, Hearns, and Duran, all elite boxers in their own right and more than capable of beating
Showboat
Leonard on
on
points.
Hagler.
Ray started throwing the flurries towards the end of every round, making what looked like a close call a no-brainer for the judges.
Hey, they're smart though.
30 seconds before the bell would end, all he done that was hit 30 seconds and I would flurry and win that round.
Your stamina got to get
It's known as
100.
round
Got to be on
steel, and
100
because
to
of
do
the
that, bro.
incompetence of most judges throughout boxing history, the old saying, "What have you done for me lately?" came into play and more often than not worked in Leonard's favor.
But he
regardless
stick.
of how
The
the
thing
rounds
is,
actually
he's
played
sticking
out.
his ass every
Leonard
time.
never
Though.
even hid the fact that it was his strategy to steal rounds.
Hey, shout out, he
He'd
got
often
that
tell the
fro
press
going
exactly
on.
what his
Yes,
plans were
sir.
prior to the bout. His fights with Hagler and Hearns, in particular, were very close bouts, and it goes without saying that pity-patty combos were deciding factors in him remaining unbeaten against them both.
He's sticking his ass, bro.
Unquestionably, one of the most iconic strategies in boxing history.
Hey, man. Golly.
The 168-pound super middleweight limit has only been around for roughly 30 years or so. For whatever reason, fighters from the British Isles have predominantly covered this weight class since its existence.
That's a big ass trophy, fool. Muhammad Ali trophy.
Smith, Froch, Calzaghe, Ben, and Eubank Sr. between them have ruled the roost for the most part. Yet a man who holds multiple wins against some of those listed names is often overlooked.
Don't believe in the hype. Believe in the man, Steve Collins.
I thought that was Conor McGregor for a minute. That man said, "Don't believe in the hype."
Right, Jones. Who's next?
Steve Collins, the Celtic Warrior, is one of the most established fighters from the Republic of Ireland. In fact, according to BoxRec's algorithm, he's the #1 ranked boxer in their entire history.
That's a legit record
Despite
right
being
there.
Irish, Collins established his career in America during his early years, where the fans would turn up to see some of his signature mauling and brawling on the inside.
Damn, the dude trying to tackle him or something?
Not a pretty fighter by any means, but a tough SOB, worthy of the current champion's respect.
I'm an honest fighter. I'm the most honest fighter. I am the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world. And who's going to prove me wrong? Nobody. And if anyone thinks they can, bring him on.
You gotta be a confident dude to
In
claim
March
yourself as #1
1995,
pound for
Collins'
pound,
skills were
bro.
put to the test against the best of Britain, Chris Eubank.
Ah, that's a lot. Oh, that's a live transition right there. Oh, there it is. That's what I'm talking about. That's the knockout I'm talking about.
Eubank was on a 43-fight unbeaten streak at this point and a significant betting favorite. However, those odds started to even themselves out after Collins announced in their press conference that he had hired a world-renowned hypnotist to make him an unstoppable force.
He looked more focused than I've ever seen him before.
He hired a hypnotist? Ain't that kind of cheating, bro?
Hypnotism, I don't know, but he seemed like really focused and not his normal self.
The psychic culture was much more popular in the 90s. Still, very few people took it as much more than entertainment.
Yeah, that's
Eubank, on the other hand, was completely freaked out, going as far as threatening to call the fight off instantly.
Oh, God, bro.
That's why I'm afraid. That's why I wanted to call the fight off. That's why I would call the fight off if I could now. Because I'm going into unknown territory. The 43 fights I've had in the past, I've always known what I was dealing with.
Bro, that hypnotist stuff, you don't play around about that, bro. That hypnotist, voodoo, all of that stuff. Hey, you don't play around with that stuff right there, man.
I don't know what I'm dealing with tonight.
I would have threw the fight,
well,
too.
Hypnosis, basically, he will be more. That's the line drawn here. And this is why I'm taking up to the Board of Control and the PBA. This is wrong.
Collins doubled down on the hypnosis on fight night when he sat in his corner listening to headphones throughout the entrance.
Look at this dude. I would not have fought this man.
His own ring introduction. Now that's the hypnotist, Dr. Tony Quinn, disrobing in there. He's taking off the headphones.
Disrobing?
Now he says that all this hypnotism is going to make him punch harder. He says it's going to change his footwork.
Bro, that's cheating, bro. You can't do that, bro. You can't do that.
Collins, it's reckoned he'd be best as the cagey counterpuncher. What's going to be in front of me here tonight? Good left.
He looks scared, the dude in the yellow shorts.
Scores with a left hook of his own. It's right in the grip. Eubank goes onto the floor.
That man looks scared, bro.
Well in the night, and
Looks like he holding his hand.
surged to earn a unanimous decision. It wasn't until the post-fight interview that we learned the hypnosis strategy was nothing more than a ploy.
I was about to say.
Hopes to gain a mental victory over
How much was an
I was about to say he really spooked that man too.
How big a factor was that?
We fooled the world.
Collins would later go on to state that he was aware of Eubank's trepidation towards the supernatural, yet he could have never predicted how foolishly spooked he would make him become.
That's tough.
Whether the mind games were the deciding factor in Collins' victory remains a mystery. Still, I think it's
he
fair to
played
say
with that man
never seen
belief.
such innovative and
That's
free-fight
that's
play.
that's top level goddamn mind control right there.
We filled the world.
That's top level, bro. That's crazy. This man, new dude, believed in the supernatural and all of that. He said, we finna mess with this dude head, hypnotize, whatever. He had dudes shook in the ring and won the fight. Hey, 10 out of 10, bro. You get an applause from me, you get claps, you get pats on the back, you get everything. That's top notch, bro. Like, comment, subscribe, comment down below what you want me to react to next time out.